In this video, we're going to show you how to set up your ViewSonic EDLA panel. Now on this setup, it's going to have you start it, and then it's immediately going to ask you to connect to the internet. Now you can connect the panel to the network. However, it does make the setup process longer. So we normally recommend setting it up offline to speed up the process, and then we can connect it to the internet later. Now it's going to warn you that by not connecting it to the internet, you can't create a Google account. Well, we don't want to create a Google account in the initial setup process, because what it does is it attaches a Google account to the owner, and we actually don't want that to happen. We only want Google accounts to connect with users. So we're going to go ahead and continue, and we're going to ignore the time zone for now. And then you're going to see here that we need to approve Google services. We're going to go ahead and accept those. And then we're going to need to create a PIN code for the owner account, again, to secure it. So you can decide what you want it to be. It needs to be a minimum of 4. Make sure it's something right that no one can guess. Now on this screen, we want to leave this box checked. This is for my ViewBoard Manager. This is the tool we use to remote into the panels, control them, and do classroom communication. So we're going to choose next. And then on this screen, we're going to go ahead and select normal mode because we want to use all the features of the panel. However, you can also disable the Android if you would like to. Now on this screen, what you're going to notice is that we have what's called the ViewBoard Launcher. Now, it's very important to understand that if we're using the ViewBoard Launcher, that means that we're using the panel in a more simplified mode, meaning we don't want Google Apps or we don't want to use the Google Play Store. Maybe you purchased a Chrome slot-in device, so you're going to be using that Chrome device instead of the built-in Android. So you might want to have the ViewBoard Launcher turned on. However, if you purchased the panel because you want to use it by itself on the Android side and you want to use Google Apps, then what we're going to do is leave that unselected. This is going to enable what we call the Google Launcher. So quick review, if you want the simplified experience, you're going to enable the ViewBoard Launcher, but if you want Google Apps, do not select the ViewBoard Launcher. Make sure you click Accept on the terms. Now, once you've decided what launcher you're going to use, we're going to click Next or Finish, and Finish is going to take us directly into the owner account because, again, we selected the Google Launcher. Now that we are set up, let's go ahead and get the panel back on the network. So we're going to go to Settings. We'll see here that it immediately takes us to Network. We can choose Internet here. Immediately, all my Wi-Fi networks pop up. So we're going to go ahead and connect it to the Internet here. Now that our panel's connected to the network, it's essentially ready to be used. Now, if you're using my ViewBoard Manager, we can swipe up on the home screen to see all of our apps. We can scroll down and find the Manager app here and open it. We might want to do this because we want the code here that allows us to enroll the panel into Manager. However, keep in mind you can also enroll the panel by serial number. If you've enrolled the panel into Manager using the serial number, you don't even need to open Manager. It will automatically enroll itself. So again, the steps are get through the setup process. Once you're through the setup process, connect it to the network, and then it's ready for teachers or people to start using it. So if I go over to the power button and I lock it and I turn the power button back on, you're going to notice that it takes me to the lock screen. If I swipe up, you'll see here that it's logged into the owner account, but no one knows what the owner account PIN code is because that's what we used to secure it earlier. However, if I'm a user and I need my own account, I can come here and add myself as a user, which then lets me add my Google account. It lets me create my own PIN code, or I can use the panel in guest mode. Guest mode allows me to use it quickly without setting up a PIN code, but I'm probably not going to connect my Google account to it because it's going to reset everything. So quick review, out of the box, you're going to turn your panel on, get it through the setup process, and then from there, you can just immediately lock it after you get it connected to the network, and it's ready for others to use.